No, don't look at me like that. You know I want to do another reaction video on ghosts and, you know, creepy things. Yeah, don't look at me like that. I do some virtual reality stuff when I'm ready to do some virtual reality stuff as well, because obviously I still love virtual reality. So yeah, anyway, welcome. And we're going to watch a slapped ham video because Callum's just absolutely ace. This is a few days old now, and yeah, the video is called Strange Videos That Will Leave You Confused. So yeah, let's jump in. Let's jump right in. And we're going to see if we get confused. Another thing is that I've changed my camera over to my main camera now. I've set up my main camera, but I haven't got it working properly yet because the green screen doesn't actually come all the way over. You see, I've kind of cropped off this side because it doesn't reach the window. The curtain's just here, and I'll bring that into shot. Yeah. So, you know, I'm working on it. I think I've just got the color grading right, but, you know, leave a comment in below if you think it's a bit crap. Honestly, though. What the hell was that? I didn't want to see the clips beforehand. Let's just jump in.
How you doing? I'm Callan, and this is...
Callum, why can't I have a beard like you? My beard seems all... I don't know.
This is Slapped Ham. Today we're
Extraterrestrial.
looking at some mysterious videos that are leaving viewers baffled.
The rest of my beard's a ghost. You can't see it. It's there. It looks amazing when you can see it.
So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more eerie content.
It's just super thin.
Just like this.
Yeah. Don't forget to go over to Slapped Hand and give him some love by, as he likes to say it, lick those buttons, okay? Is it tickle? It's tickle those buttons, right? It's not lick those buttons. I just made that up. Yeah, it's tickle. Tickle the subscribe button and tickle the like button on Callum. Hit the bell button as well because seriously, Slapped Hand definitely deserves it because they're great. They're like 2 or flipping, you know, more videos a week, so definitely worth it. With the bass in this.
When YouTuber Rajan Manoharan received a video from a friend who was camping in the Haridwar forests in India, they never expected that the video would be so terrifying or so perplexing. Do you have any explanations for this strange footage? The video...
Right, I've got 2 monitors going again, and I've got them showing different images at different chromas. I don't have inverted on yet, so I'd like to have it inverted. I'd love to have an inverted image on here as well, and maybe some other types of, you know, just so we can analyze what we see.
Begins by showing a clearly
and then show you what I see
man
sometimes.
Walking through the woods near his campsite.
I did set up the full cam. I haven't flipped it though, as you can see. There's a full cam. I haven't added actually any anything to this though. Color grading.
It's well after
color
sunset and the
graded,
only light comes from the camera he's using to record. He mentions that it seems strangely cold where he is.
Strangely good as well, isn't it? If that's just like from the camera that he's using. That's no mobile phone, right? Because that would be like, there'll be some noise. There'll be a lot more noise.
It's getting really f***ing cold out here, guys.
A few seconds later, he hears a peculiar noise that clearly terrifies him. He begins running, leaving us with a blurry shot of the leaf-covered ground as he makes his escape.
You saw that, right? He's got the T-1000 chasing him. It's just so quick. I'm going to assume that Callum's going to be pausing this anyway, but...
If you watch the footage again in slow motion, the source of his fear becomes apparent. It seems as though he's being chased by a terrifying creature.
I mean, it looks like T-1000 chasing him.
Difficult to see the figure clearly in the dark, but it appears to be the size
the bit
and
where he's
shape
chasing
of
the
a
car,
human,
and then he clamps
but
right
strangely
on with the car.
emaciated with
that?
odd grey skin.
What is that? I mean, the most logical explanation to what that is it's just a person chasing him. I mean, he's acting scared, and some person's like, I'm just going to chase him for fun. Like that. If he stood his ground, maybe he'll have 2 bite marks on his neck. Maybe. It would be nothing. You know, the guy would just stop and go, I spooked you. I scared you, and I'm a French all of a sudden.
Many view-
I heard today people with big noses got big penises. It's freaking huge, dude. It's huge.
viewers have likened the creature
I really did hear that today. I was like, that's a load of crap and all that. Come on. I'm not saying I'm tiny or anything. I'm not saying I'm not huge or anything like that. But I just, the whole, like, it depends on how big your hands are, how big your feet are, how big your nose are. Is all rubbish. Really is. Yeah.
to a zombie. Hindu folklore tells of a creature called the Vatala.
Ooh. I don't think I've heard of the Vatala. Have I? Maybe I have. I don't know. Is this like something that's similar to a Wendigo or a crane or another type of cryptoid?
Vatala is known for possessing recently deceased corpses. While possessed, the body ceases to decay. The lifeless human vessels are used to move around and torment anyone.
I'm going to possess this dead body. Yeah, and I'm going to go full flipping Walking Dead on your ass.
That's unlucky enough to cross the Vatala's path. It's said that they can be temporarily repelled by reciting mantras, but can only be banished by performing a funeral for the spirit. With only a fleeting glimpse of the creature, it's difficult to say for sure whether this unlucky...
I'm going in for a closer look. Ow. Ow. Don't hit your mic when you go in for closer looks. Man, it really does look like a zombie's chasing him, doesn't it? I mean, it looks... That's terrifying. That's absolutely terrifying.
camper was besieged by the legendary Vatala, or...
I was thinking, like, popping over to India for a holiday one day, but I don't know now. I think India's off my holiday list all of a sudden.
or something else entirely. Regardless, the terrifying creature in this footage is one that will certainly be haunting your dreams.
Hey peeps, just a quick interlude to let you know today's episode's sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends on mobile and...
It's not sponsored by Pepsi Max. He's sponsoring Raid Legends, who's getting twice the amount of advertisement just because I'm doing a reaction on it. But Raid Legends is pretty much, well, we all make jokes about how much it's sponsors people, right?
PC. Now it's awesome sponsors like these that allow us to make the content that you know and love.
Raid Shadow Legends is a really deep turn-based action RPG for your mobile and PC.
I'd like to say that this stream, this video is sponsored by my wife, who tells me that if I keep doing this, maybe I'll actually earn some freaking money and pay my way in the house before she kicks me out and makes me lonely, makes me homeless. So, throw a bone, subscribe and like the video.
You can explore and play around with millions of champion combinations and near endless tactics as you take on raid bosses, dungeon runs, campaign battles and PvP arena matches. Use my special link in the description box below to download Raid yourself.
Never been tempted to download the game, but it's obviously very popular with YouTubers.
To your mobile and PC. Keeping with our...
I've never really been tempted to game on mobile, if I'm going to be honest, neither. So, like I said, virtual reality gamer here, and I do flat gaming as well. Like I love a good Call of Duty and a Battlefield game, and a good, just something flat sometimes just to kill some time.
Love of all things creepy here on Slapped Ham. Here are some of my most favourite scary and twisted looking champions you can collect in game. Just look at the detail the devs have put into these characters. updating at Absorption's a new mission finished them.
Waiting for? Download the game. It's
Yes,
absolutely free.
You got the gist.
Use my special link in the description box below. Download the game and you'll be summoning champions in no time. I'll see you in there.
Now you see that's colour grading, isn't it? Look at Callum's face there. It's absolutely amazing. That's what happens when you get past 1 million subscribers, right? I'm not saying that in a... I'm not homophobic neither. I'm just not saying it in that way, you know.
Cats can cause a lot of
But you can always email me, Callum. I'm just...
mischief, knocking things down, scratching furniture and meowing
99% of all the ghost activity in this house is cats knocking things down.
loudly in the middle of the night, just to name a few. If TikToker Paradolia Paranormal is to be believed...
I thought that was the name of the cat then. Oh, wow, that's some name. Paradolia! Paradolia! Time to eat!
You may want to add arson to that list. This strange footage was taken by an outdoor security camera placed on the side of a building. It shows a small, somewhat busy alleyway in an unknown location. There's lots of activity going on, but the thing to keep an eye on is the cat sauntering casually near the top of the screen. The feline walks along the alley before stopping to inspect a pile of refuse shoved into the corner of a building. What happens next will shock you. Watch. If we watch again, as the cat sniffs at the trash, it suddenly bursts into flames. The cat quickly scurries away from the fire before...
If you look close enough, you can actually see him sparking the match. No, I'm kidding. You know what that could easily be? That could easily just be fluorescent bulbs that have been smashed in the corner there along with that junk. And fluorescent bulbs do spontaneously ignite when the chemicals, you know, react, whatever. Once I was given a job where I had to just smash like 1 million of them or something into a trash can so they could dispose of it properly, because you're not allowed to dispose with it in most countries, I think, not just the UK, into normal wheelie bins or trash cans or whatever, you know, because they could set the thing alight because they're, you know, they just can spontaneously light up. So, you know, if you smash them, it's different. You can get rid of them because obviously you've then emptied out the chemicals and you've already done the ignition parts of most of it. So, yeah, but the bin used to light, the trash can that I was putting in, the big metal one, was lighting up every now and then. That's probably more likely what that could possibly be. Just saying.
Anyone else notices the blaze.
The cat just pushed, you know, the chemicals together and boom. Fluorescent bulb goes up.
So what could have possibly caused the fire to suddenly erupt? One theory is spontaneous combustion. There have been numerous documented cases in which objects or people suddenly catch fire and incinerate without apparent cause.
There's a link about that. There's a video I think I watched on that years ago about spontaneous jazz. And it basically, you know, we're made of a lot of fat, and when that fat starts going, yeah, you'll just basically burn, and it burns around you. It's like a very much a superheated thing. It's like an oven type thing.
It's possible that the refuse on the ground combusted spontaneously, and the cat was just in the wrong place at the wrong
Yeah, it's more likely there's a fluorescent bulb in there.
time. However, some viewers think that the cat itself caused the fire, perhaps with...
It could be. I mean, like, isn't there reports of cats being familiars? You know, so basically demons or witches can change into cats. Skinwalker, for instance, you know, can change into big massive wolves and Skinwalker Ranch and all that kind of stuff. You know, I think all demons can shapeshift pretty much. And yeah, if that's something like that, then yeah, but then there has to be a purpose, probably still a motive, I would think. It's not gone up there for a reason. The demons were put on this earth to put men in their place. I believe they were created by the same person that's supposed to have created us. So if you actually, that's Sumerian texts, Mesopotamian texts, not biblical texts. So yeah, if you take it in that consent, then you know there was a purpose for it,
with some sort of supernatural power.
And as it goes up more and more, maybe it sets the light to the building. Who knows? And maybe there's somebody up there that he just wanted to piss off.
Witches are often accused of using animal familiars to bolster their magic, and cats are the most common animal to be used as a familiar. Other viewers suggested
it is actually, in the UK, one of the most common things to be used. People see big cats in the UK. Big cats are on the rise again in the UK. They've been in the news again constantly, all over the place as well. Not just one location, not just the moors where you would expect, right? They've been up in the north and everything. It's just everywhere, and that could easily just be the same sort of thing. It could be familiars.
a more down-to-earth theory that the
just same thing as the wolf scene at Skinwalker Ranch. The wolf story. If you haven't watched Skinwalker Ranch, go watch it. The stories there are amazing. Sorry about my phone. I never turn it off. Never learned my lesson. Go watch Skinwalker Ranch because it's amazing stories. The amount of stories and things that happened on there was absolutely amazing. The wolf one's very interesting, very bizarre to say the least as well. It's like a dire wolf-sized wolf, and which they thought was probably someone's pet. Which is
bag of rubbish was already small,
which can definitely happen in the United States, can it?
Smoldering, perhaps from a discarded cigarette butt.
Is it Utah? Something bowl? I don't know. It's just coming back to me a little bit, but yeah, go watch that. It's fantastic. This is definitely similar. I think these big cats could be something like familiars. Like just people transforming into them, skinwalkers.
And it was the smoke that caught the cat's attention in the first place.
The CCTV camera, though, was built in the 90s.
So, taking all these theories into account, who or what started this fire? Was it a rare case of spontaneous combustion that
So this is India again, is it? Because it kind of, the vehicle
almost caught an innocent cat in its flames? Or was the cat itself the culprit? Watch the footage closely again and draw your own conclusions. Children and animals seem to be magnets for the paranormal. Many believe that they have a special sensitivity to spirits, so these
my webcam stretched me out as well a little bit. I wonder why that's happening.
Entities are attracted to them. That certainly seems to be the case in this video shared to TikTok by Cinzy Dazzler.
I like that name, Sizzly Dazzler. Cinzy Dazzler.
The TikToker is alone in her sister's home, waiting for the family to come home so she can babysit the children. In the corner of the room, there's a plastic children's play table. The table is covered in different buttons and switches that can be used to make different sounds and lights. There's no one anywhere near the toy, and the TikToker recording is the only other person in the house. Yeah, the footage clearly shows the toy making lights and sounds all on its own. She contemplates whether this is an electrical glitch or something less natural.
I'm not saying it's demons, guys, but it's demons.
If there's any spirits here, make the toy light up again.
When the family returned home, the TikToker told her sister what had happened. The sister confirmed the bizarre event, saying that the exact same thing happened to her that morning at around 3 a.m. To make the situation even eerier, the sister showed her that the toy couldn't have been merely glitching because it contained no batteries. This has convinced the TikToker that some sort of ghost caused the bizarre events. Perhaps it was the spirit of a child just looking for something to play with. It's said that spirits that can directly affect things in the physical world are known as poltergeists, and are some of the strongest spirits around. Hopefully this poltergeist's antics remain playful.
I wouldn't say strongest, but irritable. Piss people off quite often. Could that be dimensional? I mean, sometimes I always have this theory, sometimes maybe if you see, like, if there was a ghost there pressing a button, a ghost of a child, and she could probably think, that looks a little bit like my child, but my child's okay, I've seen my child. But in another dimension, her child would probably be playing on that toy, and that toy will probably have a battery in it. So, I'm not saying Rick Sanchez here, but Rick Sanchez.
And don't turn dangerous or sinister.
Sorry, Lord Rick Sanchez.
Self-driving cars could be the next big thing in transportation technology. Is this car, filmed by the Policía Nacional del Ecuador, ahead of its time? In this video, recorded by a security camera, we see a dark, relatively empty parking garage. The footage is shot using the camera's night vision.
Or I've seen videos like this, if I haven't seen this one. I feel like I've seen this video, that a car just moves itself, and it sort of parks. The person was very curious to why their car was in a different place every time they went to go and get it.
We see a man, presumably an officer, approach a car parked a few yards in front of the security camera. He opens the driver's side door and reaches inside, possibly kneeling one knee on the driver's seat. He takes something from the car before closing the door, locking it, and walking away. Watch what happens next.
Oh, that noise! Did you hear it?
Watch what happens next.
I mean, that engine's come on a little bit. The engine's chunking. Well, it's chuddering. It's going round. It's making a kind of very old kind of train sound. It's not nice at all.
As you can see, the car begins to slowly move forward completely on its own.
And that's the starter motor going around, isn't it? It's the starter motor as well, going chick, chick, chick. So it's an electrical fault. Yeah, but dog's barking, I don't know why. Is it an electrical fault?
Keeps moving until it lightly bumps the wall beneath where the camera is mounted.
I mean, like, if the 12-volt battery is like, getting to the starter motor somehow, then it will turn the start motor and the engine will crank, and then it will come forward like this, right? I don't know if the guy's aware though, but he's got a giant lizard instead of some dice.
The man returns later when the garage is better lit, clearly confused about how the vehicle moved. Some skeptics assume that someone was probably hiding in the car prepared to drive it forward to create a creepy viral video. However, when the man opens the door at the start and the end of the video, the overhead light illuminates the front seat, showing that it's empty. Even if someone had somehow squeezed themselves into the car.
Someone's at the front door. There's 2 other people in the house right now, so I don't have to go and answer it, but yeah.
To lay down on the seat, this would have prevented the officer from reaching so far into the car at the start of the video. Therefore, it seems unlikely that anyone else was in the car. It's also unlikely that the car drifted forward on its own, as the garage floor seems to be level. Is this a case?
What that noise is horrifying. Yeah, I'm going to say it's an electrical fault. That's what I'm going to go with, but it could easily just be, paranormal, couldn't it? Because, electrical, EMF devices go off around these ghosts, so to speak, and if a ghost was there, then maybe that could churn the starter motor or dimensional again. I mean, like, it could actually be somebody there moving it in another dimension.
Case of a parking brake failure that somehow allowed the car to drift forward on a completely level surface. Or is there something supernatural piloting the car? It's also interesting.
The smelly thing in the wing mirror, in the window, moves because it's hit the wall. It's the wall that stopped the car.
To note that this footage was captured by the national police in Ecuador, so it's highly unlikely the footage has been tampered with.
Yeah, but we don't see the footage. As soon as it hits the wall, it cuts off, right? It cuts off, and it could have, if it was a starter motor problem or an issue with the starter motor, it would still be trying to push through that wall, wouldn't it? Where if it was a ghost, it would have stopped. It would have gone, I've hit the wall now, I've done my job. That's all I wanted to do. Just hit that wall and really annoy the guy. Really spook him out. That's what I'm doing. Spooking him out. But we don't see the rest of the video, so we can't make that judgment, sadly.
Or that it's a prank of
just cut straight to him coming back.
some kind. So what do you think this security footage has captured?
And I say because we don't see the rest of that footage, it's more likely electrical fault.
Love to get your theories in the comments section below.
Noise, though. Yeah, it still goes. It still carries on, doesn't it? For a bit there, it went on a
Since
little
humans began
Have to watch
looking
the
up
rest
at the
of that video,
stars,
maybe.
we've wondered if there are other civilizations out there on other planets.
Someone theorized that going out into space is time travel. I know that was Einstein. But I'm saying that more than Einstein suggested. Like, for instance, if you actually went to another solar system, it would resemble the Milky Way. It would resemble our solar system, sorry, because in the Milky Way. And then you'll see an Earth. And then you'll go to that Earth, and then you'll either be back or forward in time. It's like a time shift or something like that. That was a really interesting story. I can't remember where I read that from. Oh, I didn't read it. It was a alien interview video. A leaked alien interview video said that.
We've also
An extraterrestrial that wasn't really an extraterrestrial, but was an evolution of the humankind. What did they call themselves? It wasn't Homo. It was like Homo sapien. They call themselves sapiens.
suspected for centuries that our alien neighbours might be coming to visit us. This footage, shared to YouTube by El Tiempo, is the latest in a long line of UFO sightings, beginning with fiery discs spotted in the sky by scribes in 1440 BCE. This video was shot on a cell phone camera in Cali, a city in southwest Colombia. Residents were shocked and confused when they saw strange lights appearing in the night sky. At first, only 4 lights are visible.
Everything like that lately has been contributed to Starlink, right? Something like that happened in the UK. I think it's something recently happened in the United States like that, and I think everybody went Starlink, right? So it could still be Elon Musk Starlink, giving the internet to the world.
The lights are white or possibly pale yellow in colour.
They're in good formation, aren't they?
They're perfectly round dots and seem to be in a small formation, with 1 in the front and 3 in a line in the back.
They also resemble Foo Fighters, obviously. Which Foo Fighters also resemble cryptoids. I don't know if you've seen any Bigfoot videos where they turn into orbs, and ghosts can turn into orbs, and other cryptoids turn into orbs, and then those orbs get bigger, and they turn into sort of like Foo Fighters. And sometimes when people have seen Foo Fighters, they've seen grey aliens inside them. I know a story in Russia where a ship got shot down, and the grey aliens popped out, and they went in. They decided to leave in these orbs. They left in the orbs and pretty much killed all the men on the ground as well in the process. But yeah, orbs.
After a few minutes, even more lights appear. The lights are identical and
See, I just don't think Starlink would do that, would it? Would more of them just appear?
form a much larger formation.
And like all these Starlink satellites, why do we assume that Elon Musk put the brightest bloody light on them ever? They're supposed to be quite small, but why are they so bright in lights?
At first they appear to be stars or possibly even the lights
I know they have to send a signal down, but you don't have to do it with a friggin', I don't know, spotlight, do you?
from an airplane. However, the lights are unlikely to be stars. From the start of the video, the night sky is clearly empty. The stars are hidden by clouds or obstructed by city lights. It would be unlikely that only a few stars appearing in perfect formation would peek through. Plus, the objects in the sky seem far too large to be stars.
I wonder what's blurred out on the top.
The lights are also unlikely to be from
Top right.
airplanes. Planes usually fly much further apart.
We know what's blurred out on the right top. It's going to be some sort of logo or some sort of like person's channel, but I don't know what that is.
Than these lights would indicate. Those who witnessed the strange lights are convinced that they had a real-life close encounter. Have extraterrestrials visited our atmosphere? Are they walking among us even now? For now, the answers to these questions remain a mystery.
Starlink, cryptoids, demons, ET, interdimensional, ultra-dimensional. biblical. You can't really take much from that.
Not all spirits are innocent and harmless, as we see in this video posted to Instagram by Paranoid Normal. Sometimes mischievous poltergeists can cause much more trouble than you bargain for. The footage comes from a security camera in an office building. A man approaches a woman's desk and says something to her. She turns away for a moment. As her back is turned, the man decides to take a seat on the metal folding chair in front of her desk. Watch what happens.
This is the type of ghost you wouldn't living with you, really, aren't it? It's like that ghost is just sitting there going, "Ha ha, gotcha." You know what I mean?
If we watch again, the chair is suddenly yanked to the side, falling to the ground next to him.
Now, you know, like the person's like, you know, those people that say, oh, "I wish I was that bicycle seat," when there's a really beautiful woman on it or something. Maybe that woman there is not bad, or she lost her husband or something, and he's like, "I'm going to be the bloody chair." And then he's like, "I'm going to go and sit on, is it all right if I just sit on your chair, hun?" And she's like, yeah, just sit on my chair. And he's like, the ghost is like, "No, I'm in the chair. I don't want to spit on my face."
The man is already in the process of sitting when the chair moves, so he's unable to stop himself from falling to the ground.
That's really weird because both chairs move, right? Like the other chair goes flying that way, and the other one goes that way. He's like, you're not sitting on any of these chairs. It's like almost like some sort of weird earthquake.
Based on the way that the chair moves, there's no way that the man could have accidentally kicked the chair out from under himself. The woman on the other side of the desk wasn't close enough to move the chair either.
See, like 99% of people, honestly, would have fallen just then and went, "Oh, you know, I aimed wrong. I just didn't think it just moved a little bit, you know, just as I was coming down or something." Not thought much about it, but this person was like, "Oh no one does that to me. No one does that to me. I'm going to go and check the flipping security files now." Like that. And he checked it and he saw this and he was like, "Damn poltergeists."
And there's no one else around. So who could be the culprit? Some naysayers suggest there could have been a string or wire attached to the chair that would allow someone off screen to yank the chair away. However, others state that the man's fall...
I mean, like, it could be because, like, the quality of the security camera is terrible. I mean, this is absolutely trash-looking security. You can't even, like, what's it doing? What's the point of this security camera? Oh, to see the person's face that's probably stealing your PC. I can't even see this dude's face. I can't even see his face. There could be a ghost there. For all I know, there could be a ghost there. I would not see it with this quality. It's trash. You're not going to see any strings at this quality neither. So, yes, there could be strings. It could be faked.
All look too genuine to be staged.
And when Callum says it looks too genuine to be staged, I kind of agree with him. It looks like very genuine to me, minus the fact that the camera is just absolutely trash, which is also genuine because a lot of people buy trash cameras.
Perhaps the fall was...
And this could be, I don't know, 20 years old.
...was genuine, and a prankster off camera pulled the chair away just for laughs. So is this video a clumsy hoax, or real evidence of a mischievous poltergeist looking...
The only other person in the shot is the guy in the back room, right?
...to cause a little trouble. If it is a spirit, hopefully its antics don't escalate beyond a slightly bruised
there's two people in that back room. And then they almost look like they're looking around the corner for it to happen as well. So maybe it was a prank, who knows?
Before we take a look at some bizarre footage taken in Turkey, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and mysterious videos.
Yeah, you'll dirty your screen though, of your mobile if you're on your mobile, but and your monitor screen would be, or your keyboard or whatever, would be a little bit.
While some paranormal videos seem to clearly depict ghosts, aliens, or even cryptids, some are downright perplexing.
You think there'd be a lot of ghosts in Turkey, right?
In this video from the YouTuber Zeal, something appears on screen that no one seems to have an explanation for. We've actually featured this clip before some years ago, but the original was terrible quality. Zeal has done an amazing job at stabilizing.
Yeah, this looks a lot more better quality. This is what I call a flipping security camera.
The image and bringing it into focus. A security camera showing a well-lit but empty street in Diyarbakir, Turkey, captures the bizarre occurrence. It's late at night, but the road shown in the footage has enough streetlights that everything around it is clearly visible. Yet, when a strange object appears on the road, it's difficult to determine just what it is. At first, it seems to be a person walking in the middle of the street. However, it quickly becomes apparent that no human would move like this object does. It seems to hover just above.
What the hell? What is that? Is that like a penguin? Or a... Why would that be? Why would it be a penguin, Paolo? Why would it be a penguin? Is it a cat on its... I've never seen a cat walk like that for that long. I mean, I've seen a dog. It could be a dog.
Above the surface of the road as it moves back and forth. After a few...
Is it Warwick? Warwick Davis? Is that right, Warwick?
Minutes, it suddenly lifts off the ground, flying out of range.
See, I've seen this video, sure have.
Shortly, it returns and continues its meandering around the road.
It's a balloon, right?
It crosses an intersection and continues down the street until it's out of sight.
It's like a bag or a balloon or something. It just looked like someone walking, and then it's just got blown up by the wind a little. I'm sure it's just a balloon or a bag or something.
The object itself appears to be multiple neutral colours or perhaps made from something metallic and reflective. One person suggested it could be a partially deflated mylar balloon. This would explain how it hovers just above the ground. However, the nearby trees indicate no wind that would have
nearby trees didn't have any leaves on them, so
caused it to rise so suddenly in the air.
Because trees are heavier than balloons or bags.
Another possibility is a drone. A drone could easily move in the ways we see in the footage. However, why would someone fly their drone so close to the ground for the majority of the footage?
It could be a knackered Chinese candle. Someone was like, "Hey, we've got a Chinese candle," and it just like lit it, and it didn't form, it didn't go up properly. But then you would see a heat signature.
The strange occurrence is also unlikely to be caused by a camera glitch, as the object clearly casts a shadow. Without another likely explanation, some believe that the cause is supernatural. But what kind of supernatural entity could this be? Is it some sort of cryptid we've never seen before, or could it be an alien drone?
I still think it's a bag or a balloon or something, like a deflated balloon, one of those helium tin balloons, particularly black this time, probably because it's got a logo on there of some sort. But when you watch it disappear right near the end, it almost feels like it disappears completely, like it vanishes. Also, we've seen cars that have been possessed, we've seen dolls that have been possessed, we've seen objects that can fly around and stuff like that. Is there someone at the front door again? That's incredible. That's shockingly incredible. Is there someone at the front door again? Oh, well, there's more than 2 people in the house now. It should be 3. My daughter should be home. Yeah, I would say that that could be possessed balloon or bag, but it's more likely just a balloon.
With no readily available explanation, your guess is as good as ours.
If you want to see some more mysterious videos, then check out that link on the top there. Otherwise, there's a massive spooky playlist right there that'll keep you entertained for hours and hours. Now remember to check out our awesome...
Right. Oh my God. They weren't that scary though. They weren't scary. They were just very peculiar and very weird. There was a few things that like you wouldn't really like too much. But yeah, I would 100% say that if I got the opportunity to look at those closely, I'd love to, because I have a feeling that was definitely a balloon at the end there, and that's all it probably was. Maybe we're looking too hard, in hope that we will find something very peculiar when there's just an explanation for it in this particular case. But some of those were definitely very scary. So yeah, if you like this video, please give me a like and also subscribe, because it goes straight to the heart. Hit that bell button if you want to watch more videos like this or anything about virtual reality as well, because that stuff's going to come back. Thank you for watching, and yeah, ciao.